Silent installations are installations that run without an end-user interface. They don't prompt the user for input or display an icon in the taskbar. There may be times when you want to run an installation in this manner, so we'll go through the process. To create a silent installation, you first create an installation like you normally would, including all the aspects of a user interface. For any custom dialogues in your installation, you must call silent read data to handle the return values in silent mode. You then test the script in a normal, non-silent manner. After the installation has been tested, you create a response file that is passed to setup.exe that is used in place of direct feedback from a user. The response file is a text file that is named setup.iss. It is created automatically when setup.exe is ran with the -r option. By default, the file is created in the Windows or WinNT folder. The InstallShield help says you can create a response file manually, but frankly, I can't imagine why you would want to do that. There may be reasons I don't know about. I'm just telling you about the manual option so you are aware of it. Setup.iss must be in the same folder as setup.exe. You can rename it to be something like setup.iss.install. To initiate the silent installation, you run setup.exe with the -s option and setup.iss.install. A setup.log file is created in the same folder as setup.exe. You can also use the -f1 option to specify an alternate path to the response file. You can use the -f2 option to specify an alternate path to where the log file should be placed. At this point, you may be thinking, well, if I can do a silent installation, can I do a silent uninstallation? The answer is yes. You simply run setup.exe again with a -r option to record the uninstallation of the program. Another setup.iss file is created. Rename this file to something like setup.iss.uninstall. Copy setup.iss.uninstall to the folder containing setup.exe. Then run setup.exe with the -s option and setup.iss.uninstall. I'll demonstrate this process now. I will be using the MegaView 1.0 standard user project for this, and I'll use the single exe release. I'll run this from my development machine because it'll make it easier. So I am copying the setup file to a folder on the C drive, and I have a command prompt window open. And the first thing I'm going to do is create the response file. setup.exe/r. The installation will run. I'll provide the input, and the response file will be created for the installation. Now we want to go to the Windows folder. Take a look. There's our setup ISS. We'll copy it here. And I'm going to rename that to be setup.iss.install. Now we will create the uninstall response file. It's the same command, it's just that the product's already installed, so it'll be an uninstallation. I'll do a remove. Now finish. Let's go back to the Windows folder. Setup.iss. I'll copy that to the test folder. I'll rename it. Now I have the setup program, the install response file, and the uninstall response file. I have everything I need. Let's do the silent install. Setup.exe/s space /f1. All right, what we're doing here is that /s means we're running it in silent mode. We're using the /f1 parameter to specify the name for the install response file. If you just name it setup.ins and it's in the same folder as setup.exe, you can just put setup.iss. But if you name it anything different, you have to specify the whole path. It says in the help. You specify the whole path to the file, including the file name. So let's run this. And the only way we're going to know that this was installed is that the shortcut for MegaView is going to appear over here on the desktop. And there it is right there. Just for fun, let's look at the programs folder. And here's Waypoint Studios, MegaView, and there are our shortcuts. Very well. Now we'll type the same command, except this time it's going to be the uninstall. And just so you know, I'll run the program so you know that it actually was installed properly. Now let's get back to business here. One other thing I'll point out. You notice the setup log was created when we did the install, so we might as well look at this log here. It says it's version 7.0, InstallShield silent, response result code equals 0, so that means it was successful. So let's close that. We'll run the uninstall. Now it does the install and uninstall a lot quicker when it doesn't have to deal with the user interface, doesn't it? The setup log file has been updated, this time for the uninstall. Result code equals 0, so that looks good. And that's the process of doing a silent install and uninstall.